A very good afternoon. This is Avinindra Som and you're listening to the news in detail on Gold FM.
The news headlines on Gold FM.
Iran will not negotiate with the US. Israel and Lebanon exchange fire, leaving 31 dead. British RAF base in Cyprus also targeted by drone attack. Middle Eastern flight cancellations continue. Oil prices rise, but the market isn't panicking. India into World Cup semis after narrow victory over West Indies.
The top story on Gold FM.
Now Israel and Hezbollah enter a period of direct confrontation as the Iranian conflict spreads across the region. The Lebanese Health Ministry confirms Israeli airstrikes on Beirut and southern Lebanon killed at least 31 people and left 149 others injured. This follows a major Israeli offensive campaign which military officials suggest will last for several days. Residents in more than 50 towns and villages across southern Lebanon now face urgent evacuation orders as the Israeli military shifts from a defensive posture to a wide-ranging assault. The escalation follows a deadly Iranian missile strike on the Israeli city of Beit Shemesh on Sunday, which killed 9 people in the deadliest attack on Israel since the war began. Further strikes occurred in the Jerusalem area, resulting in several injuries, despite many missiles being intercepted. In Tehran, a senior official has ruled out any diplomatic resolution. Ali Larijani, the Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, stated on social media that Iran will not negotiate with the US. Responding to reports of potential talks, Larijani accused President Trump of plunging the region into chaos with delusional fantasies. He noted that the Iranian nation is defending itself and their armed forces did not initiate the aggression. In a significant escalation, a drone also hit the British's Royal Air Force Base at Akaroti in Cyprus overnight. An Iranian-made Shahid-type vehicle crashed into the military facility just after midnight, causing limited damage and no casualties. This represents the first attack on a British facility since 1986. Reports suggest the British military intercepted a second drone during the incident. Cyprus President Nikos Chodis says all state services remain on full alert, though he maintains the country does not participate in any military operations. This comes after Prime Minister Keir Starmer said Britain accepted the US request to use its bases for defensive strikes against Iranian missile depots. In the Gulf, explosions occur in Bahrain and Dubai while smoke rises near the US Embassy in Kuwait. American officials there ordered all personnel and citizens to shelter in place on the lowest floors of their residences, warning people to stay away from embassy grounds. This comes as the Pentagon confirms the deaths of 3 US service members in action, though their specific location remains undisclosed. President Trump warned in a video address that more American casualties are likely as operations against Iran continue. As the conflict enters its third day, global markets reacted to the instability. Oil prices jumped significantly when trading opened in Asia this morning. Travel disruptions also grew as authorities close airspaces across much of the Gulf, leaving international transit in a state of chaos.
This is the local news on Gold FM.
Sri Lankan Airlines and international carriers have suspended all flights from Bandaranaike International Airport to the Middle East until at least midnight tonight. The Director General of Civil Aviation, Captain Damindra Mukwalla, confirms the grounding follows the total closure of airspaces across Bahrain and other Gulf states. In the meantime, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says it has taken every necessary measure to ensure the safety of over 1 million Sri Lankans living and working in the conflict zone. Embassies remain in constant communication with local authorities to monitor the escalating situation. A special 24-hour operations center has opened in Colombo, and the Foreign Employment Bureau advises concerned families to use the 1989 emergency hotline for information regarding migrant workers. While no Sri Lankan fatalities occurred in Bahrain or Kuwait, Ambassador Arusha Kure confirms one Sri Lankan national sustained injuries during the strikes in Dubai. This was Kure who spoke to Gold FM on the current situation a short while ago.
We have about 350,000 Sri Lankans living in the UAE. One person has sustained minor injuries and everyone else is safe. Please do not worry, the embassy is taking all necessary precautions. We are maintaining direct communication with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Defense and the Ministry of Interior in the UAE. We have set up emergency hotlines for consular support. We are posting updated advisories on movement, sheltering and airport access. So please check the embassy and consular office Facebook pages. If you are visiting, keep in touch with your airline and travel agent. Please rely only on official news. The UAE government is taking all steps to protect its citizens and visitors. The authorities have also stated that the system has been activated at the highest level of readiness, with enhanced precautionary measures and round-the-clock monitoring in place.
That attack in Dubai claimed the lives of 3 individuals from Pakistan, Nepal and Bangladesh. Embassy officials plan to visit the injured Sri Lankan in hospital today to provide assistance. Over in Kuwait, Ambassador Dr. Lakshita Ratnayake reports that all citizens remain safe despite smoke seen near the US Embassy. Sri Lankan missions in the region have opened dedicated WhatsApp and mobile hotlines, including a direct line in Bahrain to provide immediate guidance. Meanwhile, the Tourism Development Authority has established a separate unit and a 1912 hotline to assist foreign tourists currently in Sri Lanka who face travel disruptions due to the regional crisis. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation released over 2.9 million litres of diesel and 2.94 million litres of petrol to the market this morning. Chairman Dr. D.J. Rajakaruna confirmed the figures during a special press briefing at the Department of Government Information today. These measures follow a surge in demand as the public reacts to concern over global supply stability. Cabinet spokesperson Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa stated that 21 shipments of refined fuel arrived between October and early February, primarily from non-Middle Eastern countries. The minister emphasized that the public should entertain no unnecessary fears regarding a shortage. Dr. Jayatissa further clarified that the government sees no requirement to return to a QR system because the fuel supply remains uninterrupted. The Government Medical Officers Association withdrew from Arogya Centre clinics established by the Health Ministry today. Medical services provisions at 50 Arogya centres across the island ceased as a result of the trade union action. The association stated this move comes alongside 7 ongoing industrial actions launched to demand solutions for existing issues within the health system. Members of the association vacated their posts at these specific centres while continuing to press for broader reforms.
Now for some news in brief.
Police issued an advisory urging students, parents and alumni attending annual inter-school cricket tournaments to maintain discipline, ensure safety and respect public order during these events, which draw large crowds and celebrate school pride.
The business news on Gold FM.
The euro fell while the Swiss franc and the US dollar strengthened today as investors sought safe haven assets after US and Israeli strikes on Iran. The franc rose as much as 0.4% against the dollar and hit its strongest level against the euro since 2015 before easing slightly. Analysts said uncertainty over oil prices and the Strait of Hormuz prompted a cautious risk-off response in global markets.
International news on Gold FM.
2 people were killed and more than a dozen injured in a shooting outside a beer garden in Austin, US. The Federal Bureau of Investigation says that the incident may be linked to terrorism. The suspect, identified by US media as Diaga Dien, was shot dead by police after officers responded to reports of an active shooter near Buford's Bar. Authorities have not confirmed a motive or officially named the suspect. 14 survivors were hospitalized, with 3 reported to be in critical condition. In the meantime, Danish shipping giant Maersk suspended all vessel crossings in the Strait of Hormuz until further notice. The firm now reroutes all sailings on the M11 and MECL services around the Cape of Good Hope. This change affects key routes connecting the Middle East and India to the Mediterranean and the United States East Coast. Company officials cite the current security situation for the indefinite diversion of its maritime fleet.
Entertainment news on Gold FM.
Sinners won Best Ensemble in a Motion Picture at the 2026 Actor Awards, with star Michael B. Jordan taking Best Lead Actor. The studio led the television categories with 3 wins, including Best Ensemble in a Comedy Series, while the pit secured 2 awards, including Best Drama. The awards, formerly known as the Screen Actor Guild Awards, are presented by SAG-AFTRA to honor top performances in film and television.
Sports news on Gold FM.
India secured a 5-wicket victory against the West Indies in a high-scoring Super 8 encounter at Eden Gardens. Chasing a target of 196, the Indian batting lineup reached 199 for 5, with 4 balls remaining in the final over. Earlier, the West Indies had posted a formidable 195 for 4, but were unable to contain India's middle order in the closing stages. The result strengthens India's position in Group 1 of the T20 World Cup as the tournament moves towards the knockout phase. The semi-finals are now set to begin on the 4th, with New Zealand taking on South Africa, and on the 5th, England will face India. The winners of these matches will advance to the final, which will be held on the 8th of March in Ahmedabad. The 96th Battle of the Maroons between Ananda College and Nalanda College ended in a draw at the SSC grounds. Ananda declared on 353 runs for the loss of 8 wickets, while Nalanda replied with 424 runs and 8 wickets to secure a first innings lead before the match concluded with Nalanda on 8 for the loss of no wickets, chasing 100 runs. Kenya's Bridget Kosgei set a new course record with a commanding victory at the Tokyo Marathon. The 32-year-old finished in 2 hours, 14 minutes and 29 seconds, which stood more than 2 minutes ahead of Ethiopia's Bertukan Welde in second place. Havi Faiza took third, as Kosgei broke the previous record of 2 hours, 15 minutes and 55 seconds set by Sutume Asefa Bede in 2024. Kosgei, the Tokyo Olympic silver medalist, announced plans to represent Turkey at the 2028 Los Angeles Games to encourage younger generations to follow her path. And that's all the news for now. Stay tuned to Gold FM for the latest updates. This